The day of my dad's funeral, the three of us girls were sitting in my childhood bedroom, a room I really wasn't ready to leave yet, and we were having a talk. I was 17 years old and freaking out that my two sisters were taking over, Cindy and Beverly. For the last year since Mom had died, I had been the one who took care of Dad as he was dying, and neither sister even came home. Well, to be fair, this really wasn't Beverly's home. She was 20 years older than me and had lived in Colorado and Malibu and Mexico when I was growing up. But Cindy was only 5 years older than me, and her room used to be just down the hall from mine. Mom and Dad gave her the room over the garage so she couldn't sneak out the window. Little did they know how many times I had slid out that very window. Even though Bevy didn't live with us, she was hip and smart, and I always knew she would be there for me. When she'd visit, I was her patient assistant, ripping lettuce so as not to bruise it with a knife, or grating cheeses for her show-stopping enchiladas. She loved me. That I knew for sure. So as she sat next to me on the floor of my closet with my clothes hanging overhead, telling me what was going to happen, I was speechless. She probably just didn't realize how much I had been through. I'd taken care of Daddy at home for the last 6 months. I carried him to the bathroom and wiped him and learned how to flush out the IV and the feeding tube. She probably just didn't understand how scared I was and how much I needed her. I thought she'd want me to move to Mexico and live with her. And what was Cindy doing going through my dresser drawers? What was happening? And it hit me. This was the last time. It was the last time I'd be in this bedroom, the last time we'd be together as a family. I had no words. And when I stood, my legs felt weak and shaky. All the pride I'd felt in doing such a good job taking care of both Mom and Dad throughout my stormy life seemed like nothing. I tried to push all the love I had into a safe place. Cindy smiled as I left the room, and Bevy just kept talking. 4 days later, my oldest sister, who always wished she had been my mother, sold the green velvet couch where I had set Dad up during the day so he could look out the big picture windows and stare at his rock gardens. She sold everything, kept the money, and moved back to Mexico. Cindy got married and moved to Chicago and then on to Africa. She came to see me once after I'd moved to New York, but that was a mess. And Bevy, well, several years after our dad's funeral, when my beloved dog died, I called my oldest sister, but she wouldn't talk to me. It's been an entire lifetime since I wandered out of that bedroom the day of our father's funeral. Yet even today, I hesitate and sometimes stumble when someone asks if I have siblings. Yes, I have 2 sisters who haven't been in my life for over 40 years. The next question is the one I can never answer. Why?